Do not get this surgery if you do not like compliments and if you do not like people talking about your butt. Let's get into the no's. Should you not have surgery? First up, you should not have surgery if you are getting surgery just to please somebody else. You're doing it because you're just like, oh, well, I think this person will really like me after, or I think I'll get a promotion at work, or blah, 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 blah. No, I would not say to get surgery just because of somebody else. Would you jump off a cliff because of somebody else? Would you go into hot boiling water for somebody else? I don't think so. So that's a no. Obviously, if you can't afford it, if you just can't afford it, then just wait till you get your money up, work out in the meantime, do research in the meantime. Things change all the time. Like, your doctor will probably change. Like, I know me, for instance, like, I had first booked with one doctor, and then after doing more research, I was like, oh, shoot, like, no, I don't want to go with that doctor. I finally found the doctor that I did want to go with. So that's another thing. It'll give you more time to kind of figure out, like, okay, what body shape do I really want? Because you guys know, like, body shapes have really just been changing. Like, first it was the big vixen body, and then now it's kind of going into, like, the more, like, in shape body type. So yeah, things change all the time. So I would just say wait till you kind of get your money up. If you don't want to work out or eat right, I promise you, like, it's just like anything else. Like, even if you get a gastric bypass, those shrink your stomach. But if you eat and you don't change your diet and you don't work out, you will gain the weight back and you'll be right back where you started. So again, like I mentioned earlier, definitely start working on eating right. If you don't want to eat right, then don't get surgery, just because it's like you're going to have to keep getting surgery over and over and over again. And I know you guys have seen it. Like, a lot of people on, like, Instagram will be like, oh, I gained weight, I'm just going to go get surgery. Or I had a baby, so I'm just going to get surgery. For some of those people, it's like, okay, if they can afford it. But, like, if you can't afford that, you better be eating right, If you think it'll change your life, I would say no, just because I feel like for some people, yes, it has changed their lives. But for others, it's kind of like a thing for me. For a fact it will, maybe because your job or something. Even then, I wouldn't advise to go get surgery just because you feel like it would change your life. If you don't have love for yourself, I'm sorry, but like getting surgery is not just gonna like flip a switch into now you're just like, oh my God, I love myself. That's just something you just have to work on. Now, I will say, if your thing is that, oh, I hate the way my body looks, and then you get your body changed and now you feel happier, it's like, okay, I understand that. But as far as maybe doubting yourself all the time or just picking at different things on your face and body and different things, getting surgery is not really going to fix that, just because you might get the surgery and then after that, now you're complaining because this hip is a little bit larger than the other, or your butt's not as big as you wanted, or it's too big. It's like, you kind of have to work on that within yourself first. Surgery is not going to help you with that. Do not get this surgery if you do not like compliments and if you do not like people talking about your butt, or like whatever you're deciding to like get done. Because, oh my gosh, it's really women. I feel like a lot of people think, oh, it's men that say stuff, but no, like, it's women. Like, I've had so many women that are just like, oh my God, like, I love your butt, or look at your butt, or your butt, or butt. Goodness gracious. And y'all be saying that y'all straight. It's just like, I don't know. Yeah, if you do not like compliments or people always like saying something about your butt, maybe do not get this surgery. If you have a high BMI, which is your body mass index, pretty much just saying like how much fat that you have on your body. If it is too high, and your doctor will tell you what BMI they'll take, and it's normally, I think it's like over maybe 28, 35, or 35, something like that. But it's different for everybody. It depends on your height and it depends on your weight. So if your BMI is too high, you're going to have to work out to get your BMI lower. If your BMI is not there, then yeah, you will not qualify for surgery. So then that's just going to be a no. If you haven't did any research at all, like you literally just decided like, ooh, I want to get surgery. I'm going to pick this doctor because everybody says they're a good doctor. I'm going to go to this place because I know that's where so-and-so went. Or I'm going to go to this doctor because my friend went to this doctor. No, like please do your research. I feel like that is kind of like one of the biggest reasons why people get botched, is because they don't do research at all. And that could be the difference between life and death. And I'm not even joking on that. So please do your research. If you don't do your research, then no, I don't think you should get surgery. If you're doing it just to like fit in, or just because you want to be able to look good in the clothes like all the Instagram girls, then I would say no, don't get surgery. Like, just work out or something. If you don't want to get it for you, then I would say no. Like, I wouldn't get it just to like fit in with people. If you have a medical condition, or if you failed your medical clearance that they say that you have to get, the clearance that my doctor makes his clients get before they can get surgery. So if you fail your medical clearance or you have a serious medical condition, talk to your doctor first. And then just do research also, you know, because sometimes these doctors can just be trying to get your money and be like, we don't care. Please do not get surgery if like you have a serious medical condition. Those are when you will see cases of people dying because they may have had some type of medical condition prior to them getting surgery, or they didn't pass their medical clearance. If your hemoglobin is too low, I think they might, like, you probably have to pay extra money for them to like raise it. They give you like something. Sorry, I didn't go to school for medical stuff. But yeah, I think mine had to be in between like a 12 or 16. But yeah, if your hemoglobin, I think it's like too low or too high, something like that, then you may not qualify for surgery. I would just talk to your doctor on that one. If you don't have enough time to get the proper aftercare, and by aftercare, I'm talking about massages, you have to get all your supplies, a nurse, somebody to drive you from the facility, a place to stay, airplane tickets, gas, your faja, after surgery, when you start losing weight. Like, there's so many different things, you guys, that y'all have to like, that you have to pay for with some surgeries. So it's like, if you don't want to pay for those extra little things to make sure that you actually get the results that you want to get, I would advise you to maybe not get surgery, or get surgery once you feel like you do want to pay for those things. Just because at the end of the day, it's like you're getting the surgery to get the best results, and you're not going to get the best results if you don't do the necessities in order to get those results. If you don't have time for that, then I would say no to surgery. If you don't have the money for that, I would say no to surgery. And like, again, my surgery was $6,500. I ended up spending like $12,000 something in total. So that is all of the other expenses as far as hotel, food, flight. Like, you pretty much, whatever your surgery is going to cost, double that number, and that pretty much will be your total. Do not get surgery if several doctors have told you no. Like, stop going from doctor to doctor. And I know a lot of people will do that. Like, a couple doctors will decline them, and then they'll finally get a doctor that says yes. And it's like, obviously he's saying yes because he doesn't have like you in his best intentions, and he just wants the money, or she just wants the money. No, I think that's very unsafe. So in my opinion, I would say that's a no. You should not get surgery. If you barely made it the first round of surgery, so say you had like extremely bad complications, praise God that you like made it, and maybe you don't get surgery again after that. Like, just call it a one and done. If you have an extremely low pain tolerance, I would also suggest or say maybe not have surgery, because I've seen some people in some of the groups that I was in, or just like in general, just like, oh my God, this is the worst thing I've ever felt in my life, and blah, 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 blah. Until you have your tonsils removed, I'm sorry, but like, that is painful. And I'm talking about as an adult, like, that literally was the worst pain I've ever felt. So after that, this surgery was a breeze. Like, if you watch my old videos, like literally the next day after surgery, I'm up walking around like everything's fine. I mean, like, obviously you're not just in the best condition, but it wasn't terrible. But I know some people be making it sound like, oh my God, it's just the worst thing ever. So yeah, if you have an extremely low pain tolerance, I would just say maybe don't get surgery. Okay, so I feel like the biggest thing is people think when they hear like BBL and surgeries, they just think of like, oh, this person who has like an extremely small waist and a huge butt and big hips, and it's just this whole like thing. And I know like some people take it way out of proportion, and there's some people where it's like they get addicted to it and it does look a hot mess. But there are a lot of people like models, and I'm talking about models, like supermodels that are super skinny and have the abs and everything. And you would never know they had surgery, but yes, they may have had lipo or BBL or both. So it's all about preference of what body shape that you're wanting. If you are in a very professional like environment, or maybe you want to be an actress or something like that, to where maybe people might not cast you for a role or like hire you just because you done went out and got this like extremely like, I don't know, curvy body shape, and they don't want that for the role. I would advise you to really think about that first before maybe you go get surgery, just because I would hate for somebody to just not be able to really just fulfill out their dream because they went and got surgery and now they're just looked at as a stripper or something. I don't know why. It's just always like they think if you go get your body done that way, then you have to fit into like a certain category. If you really don't care, then yes, go get surgery. But if you do care, I just haven't seen too many actresses with a vixen body shape being on TV as far as big roles and things like that. I would just really, really, really think about that before maybe going to get surgery. So that sums up this podcast. Please let me know if you decided maybe yes, you want to get surgery, or if you decided maybe no, you don't want to get surgery. If there's anything that I have left out, please, please, please comment down below. Let me know, and I will address it in my next video as well as podcast series. Again, this is all things surgery related, and you all have a great day or a great night.